who was the original main character. So also that is the show that people talked about that they when The Walking Dead came out, they were saying they copied. That was the movie. They said they copied because Jim wakes up in the hospital.
Bar City, the place to be. Life's a madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show.
Welcome to Barv City, episode 76. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin.
How was your weekday weekend?
His pretty good.
Freaking cold now, finally.
Yeah, I know. It just suddenly dropped. So, but that always tends to happen in Arkansas. So.
Yeah. We'll get snow potentially like March 8th on my birthday again, motherfuckers. Dude, it's weird every once in a while when you have snow on your birthday. It's like, I mean, there's normally not snow.
Yeah.
But so you didn't do much on your time off?
Yeah, I guess I did. I don't really remember all what I did though.
Ah, you're ruining the bit, man. Gee.
I
I'm always
think
supposed to
it's
ask you.
because I know that's I think that's because like by the time you asked me, like my weekend's already been like a few days past. So I'm like, what did I do? I don't remember. So
I didn't do much yesterday. My friends came over to hang out with me and my roommate. They did a test game for one of his projects that I'm a part of to see if they would be able to actually handle it and do the be a part of it.
yeah.
And then uh took her back to her dorm because goes to college. And after that, I pretty much just watched random ass YouTube videos like survival stuff or car challenges and just played on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I like my side, the muscle is still fucking pulled, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get it to fucking heal. I'm not doing a lot. Like I can't take my dog out because when she starts pulling, it hurts my side.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get to work, it still hurt on Monday, and I'm doing all that stuff, looking around the trailers and all that, and it's not, like damn, I need like a week off so I can actually heal. Like even laughing after a while starts to hurt it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
It's like in my lower side, like right below my ribs. Like as long as I put pressure on it, it doesn't like I can touch it, put pressure and it doesn't hurt. But if I move or shift just right,
Yeah.
right, anytime that muscle gets used, so I'm guessing it's a deeper muscle that I might have pulled or strained.
Yeah. Probably. That's what it sounds like.
Luckily, it doesn't hurt to breathe, so that's a plus, I guess.
Didn't hurt to breathe. Well, that's always good to know.
Yeah. Well, like if I
I could
step out of
still
the
exist and it didn't hurt, but
yeah,
if I do anything, yeah.
other than just existing.
Yeah.
Like getting in and
Uh,
out of the truck has actually been hurt. And like stepping out of the guard shack, now that I have the deep steps.
yeah.
If I do it just wrong, it will pull that muscle and I'll come out like, oh fuck. Mm, That's my life, just full of pain.
Just full of pain. So, you, I was about to ask you something, and then my mind just went blank.
Jeez.
Well, I finally had a Chipotle for the first time. Yeah, I guess that's one of the things I did over my weekend. I ate Chipotle. So I forgot
How
about
was
that.
it?
I don't know why I said that like that. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I put so much emphasis on the about
Ah,
where yeah. Um it was pretty good, like maybe really overhyped, but I felt
I
like
think.
the chicken, I got the chicken because the chick, I guess if you get the chicken it's not any extra charge or whatever.
Okay.
So I got that and I was like, yeah, I'm fine with chicken in my burrito, so I'll just get that. And then the chicken was pretty good. The beans and rice were kind of bland though. They tasted like they needed a little bit more seasoning, and
Hmm.
but everything else in there was fine. Like I felt like the beans and rice kind of overpowered the blandness of it, I guess. Like I said, if they would have just seasoned those two ingredients, it would have tasted a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the reason I even like Chipotle is because the burritos are typically actual good sized burritos.
Yeah. Mm.
I don't like small burritos. If I eat a burrito, I want a stuffed burrito.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I prefer bigger ones too. And the size of the burrito was nice. I will agree.
And
But
please, no one take that out of context, just that.
I'm gonna edit just that little part that you said and
Right there in the
slap it.
beginning.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like repeat it like 4 times. I like a
Uh,
really big burrito. I don't like small burritos. I like them stuffed. I like a really big burrito. Yeah. Good to know.
you're right.
Yeah.
It's got to be that porn star big. I mean, what?
Yeah, it's kind of like when I go to a restaurant. Like I actually prefer like tacos over burritos, but like
Yeah.
most of the time, now if sometimes like a lot of times I'll get both, but because but like if I have to choose between one or the other, I often choose a burrito, especially if it's like a good, like you said, a bigger one, because it's more filling. Like if
Yeah.
I eat like even if I eat like 4 tacos, it's not going to be as filling as eating like one big burrito.
Yeah,
So
that's another thing is like
mhm.
most places when they serve tacos, they serve them basically more as a side.
Yeah,
So they're always skimpy tacos. People just like
excuse me.
yeah, I'm a big guy. Of course I like to eat, but like I like to feel like I've eaten something and not just sucked air.
Yeah.
That had a little flavor to it.
Yeah. Or sometimes, I might feel like satisfied for a while, but then, fast forward like an hour later, I'm just going to be hungry again. So,
Because it's mostly bread, so it's just
yeah.
like,
Because
oh,
I filled up on all the corn chip stuff of the taco, and now I'm like, well, now I'm hungry again. It's only been an hour. So, but yeah. Anyway, it was at least now I could say I had it. It was fun to try. Probably
yeah,
won't get that again, except for maybe if I'm ever with somebody that wants it. If I'm with somebody that wants it, then yeah, I'd get it. But like,
yeah.
I probably wouldn't like go out of my way to get it by myself again. So
I might see if the wife wants to go get get some this week, Thursday or whatever, and get paid.
yeah,
When she gets paid, because Thursdays are our date nights, and yeah, because she likes burrito bowls and I like burritos, so
yeah.
I can get whatever
If
I
I
want as a burrito. She can get whatever she wants as a bowl.
Yeah, if I ever did go back, I might would consider getting like a bowl instead, and then maybe I could put like different stuff in it a little bit. So
Yeah, season up slightly yourself when you get home.
yeah, but yeah, it was fun. So
Hmm. Yeah.
But
Like I said, I haven't done shit. Just try to recover.
let's try to recover. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
I'm getting I would say I'm getting much better at handling my weekend shift every my new shift every week. It's gotten easier and easier sleep wise, I'll
Yeah.
say. Sleep wise, because like usually Sundays I'm like feel like I'm being tortured or something like at work because I'm like I'm fighting to stay awake. Yeah. But like I said, today at work actually wasn't too bad. So I was pretty awake most of the time. Like I said, toward the end I did get a little sleepy, but it wasn't too bad.
Hmm.
But yeah, because usually I'm like sitting there like I feel like I'm like I said, seriously, I feel like I'm being tortured or something. Like someone's forcing me to be like, you must stay awake for 48 hours or something. And I'm like, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can do it sometimes.
Yeah.
So, apparently Kathleen Kennedy is leaving Lucasfilms.
Who is that?
Kathleen Kennedy is the person who took control of Lucasfilms after George sold it to Disney.
Oh, okay.
Uh, and I guess the rumor is that Dave Filoni, who's been the one who done like the animated, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and uh, Lin Brianna, Brianna, Renan, is
Hmm.
taking over as co-president. So if that's true, I'm curious on how Star Wars is going to happen now because those are the ones that have been doing good with Star Wars when they're directing stuff.
Yeah, I guess only time will tell. So
hmm Definitely see. I'm
Hmm.
curious because Star Wars has kind of gone to shit. Also, they're of course filming and it's supposed to come out soon. 28 years later.
28 years later.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Is it's either about to come out or it has came out. I think it came out the 16th. Let me check. Yep, it's currently in theaters. 28 years later, third installment of the 28 series.
Oh, okay. I got you. I was confused for a second.
hmm Called The
uh,
New Bone Temple. I'll have to see a trailer of it at some point.
yeah. I never watched any of those.
hmm Yeah, I liked them. It's got
Are
a
they
oh, I love them because it's a new take on the genre of kind of like the zombie or infected kind of thing.
yeah,
Because they're not undead; they're still a living human. They're just infected with a rage virus.
yeah.
So, but no, it's got Sicilian Murphy, Ralph Fiennes. I can never say his last name. The guy who's Voldemort in Harry Potter. Aaron Taylor, Chi Lewis Perry, Aaron Kellyman, Emma Lareed, Jack O'Connell, Mara Bird, Lewis Ashburn, Circus, Sam Locke, and Ghazi Ali Rifa. Rife. I can never actually pronounce that last name because the AI thing at the end of names kind of throws me off.
That
I guess it would be Rufai.
would be my
Rufai?
guess. I
Yeah.
yeah.
Because isn't hentai AI?
Yeah. I
So
suppose
I
it
guess
can
it would be,
depend on the language it derived from, but yeah, in
yeah,
most cases I
because,
would say I. Yeah, like I. Mm.
yeah, so it's got at least 3 stars that I've recognized actively. The others look familiar from other stuff, but I'm not sure. Like Erin Kellyman, she looks familiar. me see what she's done. Willow. Okay, I remember her in Willow. Oh yeah, that's right. She was in the Winter Soldier and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She was the main leader of the terrorist group. That's where my brain really recognized her. Okay, that and Willow. Okay, yeah, I'm curious. Huh? I've always loved the 28 series, and it's funny because so you got 28 days and 28 weeks later,
Yeah.
and 28 weeks later, which is the second of the two films, was back in 2007, bro. Like it had Jeremy Reiner in it, Rose Byrne, Robert Coyle, Imogen Poots. I can never pronounce the boy that plays Andy's name. It's a weird. It's just something with my dyslexia. It's hard for me to. Macintosh. Yeah, Macintosh Mugleton. Muggleton.
Hmm.
Might be Muggleton because it looks like the word Muggle from Harry Potter pun at the end. Harold uh, Perrineau. Perrineau. I can never pronounce his last name either. Catherine McCormick, Idris Elba, Emily Beckham. Like it had some pretty good cast itself. And then 28 days later, the first of the films was in 2002, and Cecilian Murphy, who plays Jim, is in there. So he's actually coming back in 28 years later, which I'm curious on how that's supposed to work out. Like, I guess he was young, he was in his 20s when 28 days later happened. So I guess he's just, a 40-year-old man, almost, or 50-year-old. But it had Cecilia Murphy, Brendan Gleeson, Noemi Harris, Christopher Eccleston. I can never, his last name is another one that bugs me. He was like, I think the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Noah Huntley, Kim McGority. Like, they had some good cast members, and I like it. I'm ready to see. It's actually a horror movie I'm excited to see for once.
For once.
Well, lately the
And
most horror. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, did you say it was in theaters now or about to be in theaters?
It's in theaters now. It came out the
Oh,
16th
okay.
in theaters. So go to your local theaters. If you like the 28 series, it's out 28 years later.
Hmm.
Wait, I'm kind of curious. What has it actually? How long is it's almost? And the funny thing is about it being 28 years later is it's almost 20 years later from this 28 weeks later film. So it never they didn't wait full 28 years, luckily.
I was say otherwise we'd have to wait like almost another 10 years. Huh?
Yeah,
Hmm.
because it was 2007 for 28 weeks later. It's 2026, so we'd have to wait 9 years if
Yeah.
they wanted to do the whole 28 years later on 28 years after the second.
What about 28 decades later?
And then wait, yeah, it's because 28 days later was 2002, so we're 24
That'd be roughly 20,
years.
yeah,
So if they
24
waited
years later.
four, so if they had only waited 4 more years, they could say 28 years later from the exact 28 days.
Yeah.
So that would honestly be more manageable, but I'm kind of glad they're finally doing it because me and other fans of it's been wanting it for a long time.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't screw it up.
It is fair to say that it's pretty close to that bracket, so it could still sort of count. Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's a British film. It's a British horror film. It was in London,
Oh,
the
okay.
first one. And the second one they were trying to rebuild. They had, already had quarantine zones. I'm hoping they do some talks about the stuff that you see at the end of 28 weeks later.
Hmm.
because I know with Gillian being there as Jim, they're going to talk about 28 days later for sure what happened to him and his friends after. But because at the end of 28 weeks later, they left with a whole big plot. Like, for them to be gone for so many years without that plot being pointed at, they better fucking remember to talk about it. Because, you know, you can't. Like, if you make a continuation, you have to make it talk about the previous ones.
Yeah.
As you said, that's probably one of the people, people had a problem with Joey's solo series is no members of the Friends showed up, not really any mentioning of them.
Oh yeah. Severed too many ties mention wise. Yeah.
Hmm. Which they shouldn't have with it being Joey.
Yeah, no kidding. Because most people, I mean, Joey's a good character and all, but
Well, I mean,
but, but both good characters, so I'm not downing their characters.
yeah. Um, but yeah. Now, you can, if you do a remake or a reboot, just give some nods to the original stuff. Nothing too big. But if you're doing a continuation, you have to mention the story plots or anything, especially if you're going to have a character returning,
Excuse me.
like with Gillian's character Jim,
Yeah.
who was the original main character. So, also, that is the show that people talked about that they, when The Walking Dead came out, they were saying they copied. That was the movie. They said they copied because Jim wakes up in the hospital after the whole situation has already happened and is walking through the empty streets of London in the very beginning of it.
Oh
So
wow.
people always like say that, The Walking Dead had a nod to that because of Rick waking up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. And the whole thing about it is the rage virus, which I can explain that because it's not really a spoiler because it tells you right at the beginning of the movie, is they were testing a drug on apes, on chimpanzees, and it kept the drug kept inducing causing them to have increased rage and aggression.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
a bunch of kind of sounds bad the way they set it up because a bunch of, a couple activists show up to free the chimpanzees.
Hmm.
And when the chick opens the cage to try and it attacks her, and the infection is through saliva and blood,
Yeah.
and it just spread from there. A little cautionary tale for y'all. If you ever decide to be an activist, if you go into free animals that are being tested on, be cautious. Do not free them in the middle without having a way to safely move them from a facility
Yeah.
because you never know what they're being injected with and how it might affect humans because you could be releasing a plague on the entire world.
Oh, my foot.
If you're going to be an activist, be a smart activist. Don't do it dumb.
Feel like that should be on a t-shirt or something.
Right? Uh, I kind of want to make those a t-shirt.
You're gonna be an activist. Be a smart activist. Jeez, what the heck? My
That's
phone's
something
like being crazy.
Yeah, that's something we never talked about. We haven't really talked about too heavily is merch.
Yeah, I've thought about it off and on. I just, for one, I don't know what in the world what we would put on a t-shirt, and two, uh, I'm not really that good at making them. So, because I've attempted in the past and I'm kind of terrible at it. So, plus
Yeah.
it's kind of a frustrating experience for me. So,
Okay, so I guess I'll be the one to deal with the merch. Fine, I'll be nice. Maybe once we hit like 100 subscribers, we'll
yeah,
start releasing merch. So for all
yeah. I
you
mean,
listeners, if you
at
want,
this point, yeah. Oh,
yeah, sorry. I was going to
oh, go
just say
ahead.
for all you listeners, if you want to see us make some me make some interesting merch with a little bit of Kevin input, well, share with your friends, like, comment, subscribe. Hey. I don't know. I keep
Oh
thinking about
man.
like what all YouTubers and streamers and all that typically do as merch. I'm like, there's not really a lot of options merch wise because it's typically just shirts, hoodies, caps, maybe, but some people do sweats or slip-ons,
Yeah, or mugs. Sometimes they'll do mugs.
mugs, mouse pads. I guess we'll just have to be generic there. It's gonna have to be our logo that's gonna have to stand out. We'll just be hell. We might sell. You know what? We can sell pins.
Barf City pins. Yeah.
I mean, we use enough pins for our job. Like,
That's true.
nah. Uh, yeah.
Oh man.
You good?
Yeah, I can't stop yawning for some reason. I don't know why.
Uh,
It's almost as if I'm sleep deprived or something.
oh, boo hoo.
Boo hoo. Oh my, jeez, I gotta stop sitting on my foot. Hmm. Oh man. So I guess that's you're exciting. Still excited for the new upcoming Scream movie. So that's I think it's coming out in March if I have the date right in my head. So
Let me see. News screen. 2026.
yeah, I to me it
Release
looks
date
pretty good.
February 27th.
Oh, is it February? Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I probably won't see it until March, so but yeah, if I didn't realize it was coming out in February.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
only
only
reason,
really like a few weeks from now then. So
yeah, because I mean, I'm really happy because we're gonna have Stu and Dewey back in it.
uh
Matthew Lillard
is
and
Dewey
David.
supposed to be in it?
Yep, he's in the cast list. David
He might just
Arcu
be in a flashback though,
Arcuetti.
so possibly. So
Yeah.
now I've heard a lot of rumors, yeah, about Stu coming back, but yeah, I didn't hear anything about Dewey being in it. But yeah, he might be. Maybe he's in a flashback scene or something.
Is it gonna be
Yeah,
Scream 6 at this point?
it will be Scream 7. Yeah,
Scream 7.
yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the new Scream trilogy, I suppose you could call it, is it so they sort of all mirror image the original trilogy. Like Scream 5 is sort of like the first one, sort of, but served up a little differently. And Scream 6 is quite a bit, particularly the ending, is quite a bit like Scream 2. And so I'm kind of curious if they're going to do the same thing with Scream 7, if
Yeah.
it's going to have some mirror images to Scream 3. So that'll be interesting to see.
I'm kind of
So,
yeah, because but thing is, with Scream 7, like yeah, people are like you, they think it's gonna be flashbacks or hallucinations, or maybe a resurrection due to the fact that one, his character is extremely popular, And the fact that original cast members like Sidney Prescott and Gail Weathers is coming back.
Yeah, yeah, you got to have Sydney and Gail in there, in my opinion. So
Hmm.
I don't think it would be nearly as. I mean, it is. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much in case you haven't, for people who haven't seen Scream 5 and 6, but Sydney's not in those movies that much, but Gail still has a decent. Gail Weathers, she still has a pretty good presence in those movies. So,
Yeah, it's
but
weird to
yeah,
me to see Courtney Cox come back to those after watching
yeah.
her for so long in Friends.
She does such a good job though playing Gail. In my opinion, that's
I
probably
know.
her best role. So in my opinion, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously she's good at playing Monica too, but
yeah.
yeah, she does
She's a
such
good
a good job
actress.
playing Gail. Yeah. Yeah, I heard she actually wanted, when the first movie came out, she took that role, but she actually kind of fought for that role actually, because she loved the idea of playing a character that was essentially a bitch.
Only Courtney Cox could be like, oh yeah, I want a role because I want to play a bitch.
Like, ooh, I like the idea of that.
Coming from being an OCD nag to
Yeah. To just
just
full force, yeah.
yeah, she's like, what, fuck it. I did the previous level. Let's just full send it now. I love her as an actress.
Yeah.
Dude, I do have to catch up so bad on some horror movies. And I'm just like, because again, like I'm behind on Halloween by a film. I'm
Oh
behind
yeah,
now
that's right. You still
almost
haven't seen the
I'm
last one, have
almost
you?
no, and I'm almost three films behind in Scream, bro. Like, damn.
Oh, you didn't see Scream
I
6 or
had
5?
no, I have not seen five or
Oh,
six yet. I stopped at four because
yeah.
it'd been so long between four and five, anyways. I just never got the chance because at that time, of course, I'm always working. I don't have the time because back when that came out, I'd be the one that was used for overtime anytime anybody called in,
Yeah.
which happened a lot back then, or getting fired because they're freaking stupid. And then, you know, by the time six came out, I took over as supervisor and just haven't had time.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched 5 not too long after it first came out. It still came out like during the whole pandemic thing. So I think that one went maybe they did have a limited theater release. I can't remember, but I think it was they focused more on the streaming when it came out. Um, and I watched that one on I think it was Paramount Plus, and then when 6 came out, I didn't actually have Paramount Plus, but my mom let me use her account so I could watch it real quick because I was like, well, because I was just gonna wait. I was just like, well, after I was like 5 was good and all, but it's not like anything mind blowing to me, so I wasn't like anxious to see 6 necessarily. But she was just like, well, you could use my account, and she was like, it's on there if you want to. I was like, yeah, I'll watch it on there. So I literally just logged into her account just to watch that movie real quick. And I haven't seen it since actually. So,
Huh.
but yeah, 5 and 6 definitely. It's sort of like 3. It has a split opinion sort of thing. There's people that love 3, and there's people that aren't that crazy about it. And 5 and 6
Yeah.
both sort of fall in that category as well. There's people that love it, and there's people that are like say it's one of the weaker ones. So
So I've been watching a video because it's something I've never done is really look into the Fallout series besides the few games I've played,
oh really?
which is mostly just uh Vegas and four. And then of course 78 a little bit. But there's a video someone's doing that what happened to every protagonist in Fallout.
Yeah.
Like I think kind of cool. The second Fallout game, you play as the grandson of the Vault Dweller from the first game, and some
yeah.
yeah, and some of the stuff that you hear about in New Vegas is stuff that you actually do in that game as the grandson of the Vault Dweller from one. Because some of the people you meet, he meets as when they're younger. So that's kind of cool. And it all
Yeah,
started with, go
been
ahead.
a while since I played the first one. I remember the map being kind of tricky to navigate, but yeah, other than that, it
Mhm.
was pretty fun.
Yeah, I didn't play the early on Fallouts.
I really, I actually never played the second one. I'm not sure why. I guess I just never got around to it, but I have played the first one. Yeah. And of course, I played the third one was the first one I played. I played that one back in my early 20s. And then I played and I loved that game until I played New Vegas. The once I played New Vegas, I couldn't go back to three. To me, New Vegas was way better. So
Yeah, I played Vegas 4 and 76.
yeah, I played four. I've never played 76.
I mean, 76 is all right. It's just kind of 4, but multiplayer,
Yeah.
but online. Like, I don't know. Because it doesn't have a. Now, the only thing I find cool about 76 and why I might at some point go back to playing it is because you get a mission, which I think is level 50 or 60, to become a ghoul. You can finally play as a ghoul.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it gives you, of course, the benefit of radiation doesn't affect you no more. And like, well, when it comes to eating or drinking, so you can drink unclean water and not get rads. So I don't know. I might play it again just to do that,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I don't know what to do in that game because I kind of it's one of those old friends of mine kind of screwed it up for me by just like by the time I got into it, they were so high leveled because I had started playing it for a little bit, stopped at like level 5 just because I couldn't get into it when it first came out because it was
Yeah.
so horrible. It was bad.
Yeah.
Now after all the updates, it's finally a good game. But by then, friends of mine that had played it were playing it actively since the beginning. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll help you level up and get you help with this and that."
Yeah.
And their version of helping me out was kind of one of those, "Oh, we'll just drag them around and you just stay behind. We'll do all this stuff for you. Like, we'll take you to the nuclear plant and help and do this mission that gives you extremely good loot." Like, it
Right.
doesn't help
Basically,
me
they
out.
just led you along and helped you mid max, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not even mid max. I'm only like level 20 something.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the max level is. I still got a long way to go to even become a ghoul. But especially now, since you have the ability to play it without anyone else online, or
Yeah.
to, because like I don't like games that have it's just straight up PvP. Because like Corey said, not everyone has to be an asshole. But thing is, these people that make because you can build your own base and kind of move it wherever you go if you want to
Yeah.
move it to a different location. But if you come up near someone's base, like say there's one base that was put out where I had to actually try and get around it to get where I was going. But they were online and they had their turrets. So no matter where I went, I was getting shot by their fucking turrets.
Yeah.
So I like that kind of pisses me the fuck off. Also, I like the idea. like the original Fallout games of being the essential guy that does all these fucking missions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But eventually I'll get into it probably, and I'll try and become a ghoul because that's the only
A
thing that actually
ghoul.
really appeals to me right now in that game is to finally play as a ghoul. Something, because I've always wanted to play as like a fucking super mutant or a ghoul. So,
Yeah.
because it gets boring playing as just a normal Joe human.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, I think anymore, if a game allows me to be other races, I'm starting to heavily become more like play as other races
Yeah.
because I'm getting tired of being just a normal Jane human.
Yeah. For me, it just kind of depends on the character I'm playing. Even if they give me options of other races and stuff, like the character I'm making, it might just make more sense to make them be a human. So it depends on the context.
I would
But I
say
do
that
see what you're saying.
I would agree with that if it wasn't for the fact that honestly being a race, like except for some maybe race bonuses, really doesn't matter. Because it's also fun in like Skyrim to play as a tall buff, basically, as buff as you can get them. Wood elf that just
Yeah.
goes through and just hammers people to death because that's not what a wood elf would probably naturally do.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, I guess yeah, mostly not so much focusing on stats, I guess, mostly leaning more in imagination, I suppose. So when it comes to picking a race, it's kind of what I like to do. I pick
yeah,
races based on like the characters like background I've created, like maybe their background just makes more sense, I guess, to fit in
yeah.
with that race. Now, I will say when I don't know what it is about Skyrim, but when I play Skyrim, it just doesn't feel right to me if I play anything besides a Nord. So I play a Nord almost every single time.
Uh,
It just doesn't feel right to me.
for
So
me, if I don't play as a Nord, I always join the Imperials
yeah, yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
because you're like, because my in my head, right? Yeah, the Imperials are the one that caught you crossing the border, which that one actually annoys me how Skyrim starts with that, with being the Imperials. I'd actually would have rathered it be the Stormcloaks because if you think about it, why would the
Mm,
Imperials catch you if you're an elf? Already knowing the Stormcloaks hate other races,
yeah.
especially
It's
at the
fair to
border.
yeah,
If you're coming across the border coming into Skyrim
yeah,
and get caught up in the ambush, and you're not wearing Stormcloak getup anyways, so because all
yeah.
Stormcloaks wear their uniforms. So it's like it never made sense to me at the beginning. Maybe
Yeah,
if you got caught in a Stormcloak ambush,
yeah, it's fair to say your character at the beginning of the game's background is a smidge vague, and I guess it's done that way on purpose, so it allows the player to fill in the blanks for themselves.
but yeah,
So
but
there could be a specific reason, like own personal lore reason, I guess the character could write in on why they may have done that. But yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I could see it, like yeah, Stormcloaks,
yeah,
I suppose, making more sense. I don't know.
it just doesn't make
Now
sense
in
to
my
me.
head, I'm playing both scenarios, and I'm kind of I'm weighing it back and forth. Yeah, yeah, I could see it, I guess.
Yeah,
By the way, yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was Chinese New Year.
yeah, yeah. It was,
Uh,
wasn't it?
yep, it's
Happy
the
New
year
Year's
of
to our Asian folks.
Asian folks. Yeah, it's the year of the horse. So,
Yep.
I never gave a shout out to. I don't think I gave a shout out to Chinese New Year last year when we did the podcast. Completely, I didn't think about it, but I did do it the year before though, last year. So.
Hmm. Also, another thing, people talk about with Skyrim start is it doesn't make no sense why they went to Helgen of all places from the border to Serial because it's
Weren't
not
they?
butted up
It's
because
maybe
it's
my
close to a river.
memories. Yeah, you can keep talking. I'm just kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah, yeah. So the carriage route to Helgen seems incredibly ineffective and inefficient, taking a massive detour when a more direct path existed, raising questions about imperial logics. The hey you're finally awake. The player is just a random prisoner caught up in the rebellion, making the immediate execution order unless you're Ulfric feel arbitrary and harsh for a blank slate character. Because yeah, he's not on the list. What do we do? I put him in with the others.
Yeah,
Like, bitch, I'm not an imperial. I'm not a stormcloak. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. I
I was
think that
supposed
was
to.
just supposed to be sort of a sign of corruption, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, the anti-imperial start. The Imperials appear as the antagonists, torturing people, which clashes with their more nuanced betrayal later as trying to hold the empire together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, false urgency. Delphine's immediate go get a cover story pushes you into a side quest, creating a disconnect with the world-eating threat of Alduin. Uh, and why it works for some, like I don't know. To me, it just makes no sense. They should have done something completely different. Or like the
Oh,
start of the game should be you coming in to the ambush yourself and getting to like decide who you're going to help. I don't know. Like the Imperials catching you immediately, it doesn't jar. Like and also like if you were a supposed Stormcloak, or they didn't care who the fuck you were, and then later all of a sudden you go up to fucking uh shit, I'm trying to remember the city where the Imperials are and the High King and Queen are.
the Imperials. You're talking about um now you got me drawing a
Yeah,
blank. Yeah.
I can see it. I can see its location on the map.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck! I want to hate that I can't remember that. But when you go up there to join the Imperials,
Excuse me.
he's like, "You were at Helgen," and blah blah blah. Oh, one of our guards who hasn't shown the fuck back up yet vouched for you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
Like,
that was just I think that's just an example of lazy writing where they just kind of have
yeah,
to figure out, be like, oh, well, we got to make it make sense at least a little bit. So we'll just throw that in there. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, oh yes, I chose totally decided to choose. A guy who was semi didn't like the fact that I was going to be executed over the dude that I was about to be executed next to that didn't catch me for no reason and throw me in a fucking wagon and and by the fact that you were asleep knocked you the fuck out. Somebody knocked you the fuck out and you just were out cold, thrown in the back of a wagon. Like it literally that beginning leans way too heavily on making people more likely to join the Stormcloaks.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna do that, why give us the option to choose a side and just have us be with the Stormcloaks? And they can say, even though, even no matter what race you are, the Stormcloaks accepted you because you helped them escape. You helped Ulfric escape during a dragon attack. Like, so he owes you. So he like lets you join because you're a good fighter, whatever. That would
Yeah.
be less lazy writing than, oh yeah, we'll just let you choose between these two, and that's how you're gonna. But it doesn't matter because if you choose to go with the Imperial to survive that beginning mission, you can still run off to Ulfric and be like, "Hey, sorry, I didn't choose your buddy Roland, not Roland, because Roland's the Imperial. Fuck. Choose one of your guys, and he's dead because I didn't choose him.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's fine. You can still join us."
Yeah, I think that's just an example of modern day Bethesda being way too afraid to uh, make any players feel like there's any like because they're too afraid to make actual consequences in some of their games, like modern day games, because
But
they're
yet,
afraid that it'll scare their players away and they may not like it. So
but yet,
they're
between
like,
the
"Oh, I don't like
blades
the
and
fact that I can't do this."
yeah, but hell, between the blades and Parthenax, if you kill Parthenax, the Greybeards don't want it to do with you. You don't kill Parthenax, the blades don't want it to do with you. So
Yeah,
like that's what you should do. That you did
right.
it for this little minute side mission, but yet you couldn't do it with your
Yeah,
main mission. A main
yeah,
mission that's not even a main mission. It's a side
yeah.
subplot
It's
that's not
technically
even
still a
important.
side plot. Yeah,
It's not even important. You can still just make them agree to give each other this one fucking territory, go
excuse me.
off. That way you can go off and kill Alduin. And then potentially fight the Civil War if you fucking want to. Or not. Just let them fight it over themselves and be like,
Right,
I
let
did
that
my
be their
job.
problem.
I
Yeah,
did my job. I was a drag. I killed Alduin. Y'all can fuck off.
right.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the same problems I have with Oblivion. Like, I do like Oblivion, but like in a lot of parts of the games, like when you make a decision one way or the other, it doesn't really change all that much. Like they'll say something a little bit different. They might like they'll be like, "Oh, blah blah this" instead of blah blah that, but it's not like it makes any real consequence. They're just kind of, seem to not like you versus like you in the other scenario. So,
yeah.
and
Well, hell, and
yeah.
their Fallout games, like Fallout 4, which came around the same time,
Yeah.
choices matter more. And then that's a game
Oh,
you're basically a nobody who used to be a soldier that's going to get to speak at a soldier thing, I guess, because you get a medal or whatever. But the nukes happened before you could do that. And you're in the vault. You wake up by yourself. You're a fucking nobody in the wasteland. And you can make enemies out of different factions if you don't do certain things.
yeah.
Like you can piss off all of what I can't remember that fucking city's name, and you can actually get attacked when you go back, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like the Elder Scrolls team, come on, your Fallout team did better, and then they did even 10 times worse with the next game, which of course ESO to me was just as bad as Fallout 76 in the beginning. So
Yeah.
at least Fallout 76 kept the same mechanics as the previous games, whereas ESO completely changed their fucking mechanics. ESO would have been so much better if they kept the same mechanics of way of fighting they did their other games.
Yeah, it's fair to say they've kind of always switched them up a little bit.
Yeah, but not that heavily switched. Like
Yeah.
literally went from Skyrim to you know with ESO being full on World of Warcraft style.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what they were going for, kind of like that same style. But
A lot of people love it. I get it, and I did play the crap out of it with my friends. But if I
yeah.
didn't have no real friends to play it with, it was fucking boring.
Yeah. I didn't play ESO because I don't like. I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but I don't like MMOs that much. They just don't appeal to me at all. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, like I
But
like
if
him.
I did, I'm not sure. I guess I'd have to play it to see what I thought about the fighting mechanics and stuff. So,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not as good to me because also, I can't do as much reaction time stuff because at least with Oblivion and Skyrim, they get to where, you're sitting there, you're able to shield block easier, and then, you're stuck to a class straight out of the get because you have to choose a class in ESO. And I'm like, I don't like that because at least with Skyrim, I can change it up even on the same character.
yeah, I would say that's more of a Skyrim thing, though. I don't think you can't really change your class in any of the other games after you pick it.
Really? Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
I
that
don't
I'm
know.
aware. If there's a way to do it, I'm just not sure how you would. So,
And
mm,
this is coming from somebody who actually really loves MMOs. But
yeah,
when a game becomes an MMO from being a solo player game,
yeah,
you kind of have to try to do a middle ground. You can't just go straight over to an MMO. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it because it has been a while since I played ESO. Because again, no one to play it with, and to me, it's kind of
yeah,
fucking boring without friends.
yeah.
Uh, Now I do like the concept of these we're slowly unlocking all of Tamriel in the game. You can go all over Tamriel.
Yeah.
Granted, a certain section of Tamriel is level locked in a sense. Like you go to certain areas, it's too fucking high a level.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get
I
stronger
didn't actually know that.
opponents. Mm-hmm. There's stronger opponents in certain areas, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Also, I don't. I think maybe after because of Oblivion, I didn't really want to deal with another Daedric Prince again as the main villain.
Oh God. Yeah. I do.
And
I think I've said this before, but I actually do not like the main quest in Oblivion. I very rarely ever play it.
and here's the thing, right?
I stick to side questing. So, mhm.
Another thing, like they literally combined Oblivion and Skyrim because you're in a faction war. You choose your faction, and depending on which faction you want to be in, you choose depending on the races that you could even be. Because it's not one of those, oh, I can be an elf and still join the Stormcloaks against the Imperials. No, if I want to be an elf, I have to be Aldmerian Dominion. If I want to be a fucking Nord, maybe I want to be a Nord, I can't be a Nord and join any other thing except for the Ebonheart pack. Like you're locked into the pack, the faction. That's the team you're on.
Yeah,
So you're dealing with a faction civil war, faction war on the continent while fighting the Daedric Prince and every random ass shit in between. And I'm like, it's weak to me. And there's no like I mean they might have updated a lot to it, but since I've been gone,
yeah,
but I'd have to really I mean I can re-download it and try it at some point, but it's funny though because I do have one friend that still plays it every once in a while. I'll see it and I'll look at his level and he's like, last I checked, he's like level 300. I was like, God damn, dude, damn, because it shows under his account on the Xbox. that he's Ebonheart Pack or whatever his race is. I can't remember. It shows his pack is the group he's in or the race, but then it says his level. I'm like, damn. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, it's Elmerian Dominion, which is High Elves, Wood Elves, and Khajiits. The Daggerfall Covenant, which is Britons, Redguards, and Orcs. And the Ebonheart Pack, which is Nords, Dark Elves, and Argonians, which that's funny. Nords and Dark Elves on the same team. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because if you're gonna do that, why not just make all the elves one team? Put the fucking Khajiits with the Ebonheart Pack. Like Nords are more friendly to Argonians and fucking Khajiits than they are elves of any kind, typically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is fair to say ESO takes place so much earlier in time, but yeah.
Yeah. But I guess they did it because, technically the Dark Elves are close to the Nords anyways.
Yeah, they're like right next door essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. But so are the Britons, so
True.
I'd have to look at the map of Tamriel to see where the Argonians are compared to the Nords and the Dark Elves.
A little bit of a distance because they're separated by Cyrodiil
So then why are
because they be
then
in
why don't
Black Marsh.
then why don't Argonians take the place of Britons and Britons be with the Nords and Dark Elves and the
Yeah.
Argonians be with the Red Guards and Orcs? Let's see
I don't know.
here. Yeah, because Cyrodiil is in the middle of it. Skyrim's north. To the right is let's see here.
Morrowind.
Yeah, because the High Rock, which is where yeah, they got them all weirdly placed because
Yeah.
Hammerfell is to the right of it,
Yeah. Hammerfell,
and
of course, is Red Guards. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
and Vardenfell is to the right of it. Cyrodiil to the
Yeah.
south. The Black Marsh is literally south to the right of Cyrodiil. Like to join with the Nords, they have to cross Cyrodiil, which is a whole different faction. Unless they, of course, with the being with the Dark Elves, they go up to the Dark Elves land because that's
Yeah.
strictly north of them.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think Black Marsh is touching Morrowind, I believe.
Yeah. In Somerset Island, Vollenwood, which is Hive and Wood Elf, they're south and an island. Where's the Khajiits from?
Elsewhere, which should be directly south of Cyrodiil, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, which means that's why they okay. So they're butted up against Vollenwood. It's down south of Cyrodiil. So they did okay. So what they did is Cyrodiil, Hammerfell, and High Rock, Skyrim, Morrowind, Blackmarsh. Okay, so the Ebony Pack covers the top north and down to the right side of the map, whereas the uh fuck boo boo boo. Whereas the Daggerfall Covenant conferences the middle up to the left north of the map,
Yeah.
and the Almerian Dominion is literally just the two southern sections and the island where the Isles are from to the left of them. I guess it makes some sense, I guess, with that aspect with the Alliance War, but mm, that's just a weird placement. I mean, but yeah, I just don't like the. And again, I literally don't like the fact that you have to be forced to play a certain race to be certain things. Because like I can't play my high elf because that's not my high elf, my wood elves because I don't like the Almeri Dominion. I do not like the high elves, so I can't
Really?
play. Yeah, I don't like high elves. Never liked them in the
Hmm.
stories. Well, because they're more racist than the fucking Nords.
Well, I guess story wise, well, that doesn't necessarily mean every individual high elf has to be like that. You could be an exceptional high elf.
True, but
I
I
always play
tend.
high, well, not always, but a lot of times I'll play high elves in Daggerfall. I don't know why, but it just feels really fun to play as a high elf in that game. So,
Okay, yeah,
but
but
it is fair to say in Daggerfall, I think that was before that idea was introduced. So,
yeah. Also, I'm not really good at playing magic characters in MMOs. I don't know why. I'm always better at playing tank or DPS.
yeah, I very rarely play magic characters at all in open world RPGs, but I mean, I might have a character that has some magical elements, but I very rarely, actually, I don't know if I ever have played a full on mage or magic character. So,
Yeah, I mean that might be different now because like with Cyberpunk, technically, a net runner would be considered their magic user of that
yeah,
kind of world. And I'm finding it a lot funner to play than I had with my tankier. Just, I mean, I enjoyed playing my Sandevistan build. Nothing fucking really tears through my health. I literally just stop time and just beat the holy shit out of someone or blow their head off before they even then unfreeze time, watch them all just fall. Like, but I'm having the only problem I had with that in that game with my build with because I did a black wall build, which the black wall that cyber deck can't use as many hacks, but it gives you the black wall, which that hack is just freaking overpowered. It's a one shotter for most things. And it has a contagion effect, so anybody too close to it will actually activate the hack on them immediately. And that's against really the main boss of the game, which is Atom Smasher. And that's mostly because dude's fucking fast. He has a Sandevistan, all this cybernetic stuff. And he eventually, if you're if you're a Netrunner build, he has this skill to eventually basically build a firewall against your hacks.
yeah.
So when you face him, you have to have good weapons and be pretty quick to dodge his attacks. So he gave me the most trouble when I was doing my that class, which it's better for stealth and distance. So if you're by yourself, you have to be smart. But I got pretty damn good at it. So maybe I can start trying to be more magic characters. Maybe utilize the same aspect of what I'm utilizing there,
Yeah.
stealth and magic, stealth effects. Because like I once I get the hack synapse burst, it's an undetectable hack unless it doesn't kill the target. Which the only target it doesn't kill is if they have the skull on their head. So you just kill everyone around them, and then when it's just there's one or two skull people that's in each group, you sneak up behind them, snap their neck. Done. Completely quiet as a ghost.
Hmm. Well,
So,
I
is
guess
that
that's
it?
about all the time we got.
Well, that's been this episode. I guess comment down below what you think of some, solo player games going to MMOs or games like ESO locking you out of certain groups just because you play a certain race or however you feel on that kind of stuff. Um, comment, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I guess we'll see you next time. Bye.
Welcome to the city where chaos thrives. Kevin and Eric keep people alive. Random talks and stories collide. Park City anthem, let's take a ride. Park City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Park City, your favorite show. Guitars, strumming, synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Park City legend, shining like a star. Park City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Park City, your favorite show. Guitars, strumming, synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Park City, a legend, shining like a star. Park City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow.